So blessed to be able to be taking part in so many areas of this service today. Now, I got myself a snow globe for the very first time last week when Linda was talking to us about the snow globe Sunday, and I thought, wow, I don't think I've ever had one. So I walked over to Winners and found myself a snow globe. So this is the one I chose. For me, it seemed to be the most natural looking one, and so with the looked like bark on the bottom of the base of that. So that was what attracted me first. And then this beautiful angel, and it just the way the wings are, and it looks like it's made of willow and just, you know, very graceful, and a lovely deer that she's touching. So this really spoke to me, and I thought, oh, I feel very peaceful when I look at this. And then the second thing I noticed, that was the angel, then just knowing that reminded me actually of St. Francis of Assisi, how he was so connected with the animal world. And so there's this angel touching this deer, and I thought, you know, that's how beautiful that is, the connection that God loves all creation. And so very grateful for this. And I also thought this angel is on the earth. So it reminded me of all our earth angels that we have here, right, in our community and in our world that help us through. And so very grateful for that. And it's such a serene scene. And then the last thing I noticed, in fact, after I bought it and brought it up to my office, and I thought, take the price tag off and go, oh, it's a music box too? Like, wow, bonus. I had no idea. So I thought, oh, I wonder what music it will play. So here it is. Do you recognize it? It's Silent Night, if you can believe that. Like when I thought, I was actually a little bit irritated because I thought, that's not Silent Night. I'm not feeling calm after hearing that. Really? Then it started slowing down. I thought, that's what I need. And then it stopped in the middle. Like, okay, all right. Just a reminder for me to just slow down, stop, pause. So this is what, it was such a treasure to find this. And it was a reminder how God helps us to be calm in our proverbial snowstorms. Just that reminder. In all of life's circumstances that swirl and dance around us, we can have serenity in the midst of it all. The good news is that we have God in our community of faith, our family and friends as well, and we are never alone.
Now my snow globe is a little different. It does have snow around, but when I first saw this, it reminded me of someone who was very, very special to me. I worked for her. I looked after her special needs son, and I looked after her second child when it came. But she was English, and she kept saying to me, "Cardinals are Christmas." I'm going, no, I've never. Cardinals, birds, Christmas? No, that didn't really compute with me. But she said, no, it's an English tradition. They were giving cards, and cardinals were very special to them for Christmas. So any time I saw cardinals on Christmas cards, or in something like this brought my friend Bev to my thoughts. And I found out a few years ago that she had passed away. And she was someone who made me feel special. She taught me a lot of things, and she wasn't much older than I am. But she made it a point to be my friend instead of just my employer. And when I see this, I see her. And at Christmas time, it's always great to have special memories of special people. And when like I said, when I first saw this, the first image came to my mind was Bev. And I miss her. And at Christmas time, it really makes hard when you miss your friends, your family. And so this just brought her home to me. So, thank you.
Well, I want to offer you my snow globe. We have quite a number of them in our home. This one actually belongs to my mother. And as many of you know, my mother is in a nursing home now. She's 90 plus, and she's in a nursing home, and she's also in dementia. And so the moments that we have are very short, and I try to bring moments of joy to her so that she'll have that momentary joy and that she can hold on to it for 30 seconds. If that's all, then I've given her the 30 seconds. Now this snow globe, as I said, belongs to my mother, and it was in her home. I brought her here from Regina. And of course, all that work of folding down an apartment, deciding what to bring. And I didn't bring much, but I brought this because I gave it to her when I was just a little girl. And she held on to it and kept it all those years. And perhaps you'll want to come up after and see our snow globes. It's just a little girl putting some letters in a mailbox. And because we lived apart, I left home and married young, and then we moved to Calgary when I was 21, never lived back in Regina. So all of our, not all, but most of our correspondence was in letters. And so her holding on to this and keeping it close to her heart always bonds us. And so at this time of year when I go to visit her, and I'll go later today, then I'll jingle bells. And so in the swirl of memory that is lost to my mother, I am the keeper of the memories, and I bring as many of them to her as I can, even in my snow globe.
Morning. Reverend asked me to come and speak to a snow globe today, and I said I'm not sure I could do that because I've never spoke to a snow globe before. Snow globes. The best way to get my head around this is to go back to when I was a kid, looking at all the Christmas decorations in stores. Snow globes included. My mother always had one on the mantle. But as I look at the snow globe, I found you have to turn it upside down. Anyway. All the flakes that are falling in this fall on the creche, the manger. I thought, how profound is that? Because this was God's gift. And we all know that Jesus personifies love. He personified love because he reached out with care and compassion and love to the disenfranchised, the people that were on the margins of society. Children, we all know he loved children, of course. The snowflakes are kind of a blue and green hue as I see them. Just kind of strange at first, and then I thought, no, because his love was radical. Just like these snowflakes. And that's why we have a tradition called Celebration for Christmas, right? We celebrate the birth and all that love, for he personified it. But he also issued a challenge to us, and that was the new covenant, to love one another. So in effect, not only did he personify love, he personalized it for each one of us. For each one of these snowflakes could be red, brown, yellow, white, black. Love is for all of us. No borders. He shared that so that we would remember love. So when I look at this, at first I thought, oh, the snowflakes were falling on the manger. How appropriate is that? Because he is the epitome of love. But when I look a little bit closer, Mary, Joseph, the manger, snowflakes didn't just fall on Bethlehem or the hills surrounding for all those living outside the city. They fall all over the earth. So love is for each and every one of us. And we continue that tradition with our families, for we all have traditions this time of year. Through those traditions, we live out Christ's love for each other, remembering him, the personification of love. That's what snow globe means to me.